Well, you know something, brother. This is another episode of Legion of Raw with my man Vince Russo, brother. What you gonna do when the largest arms in the world runs out on you, brother? Vince, how are you, man?
Chris, I got to tell you, I came to my breaking point tonight where I usually keep quiet, bro, because I don't like hearing morons on Twitter. But I'm watching this and I can't take this anymore, bro. Listen, Chris, we got to get serious. Chris, listen, I am not a fan of professional wrestling. I am not a fan of any wrestling company. I am not a fan of AEW. I am not a fan of WWE. But Chris, I would never tell any wrestling fan, don't watch it anymore.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it, great. If you think AEW is great, watch AEW. I'm a firm believer, bro, of whatever gives you enjoyment. You know, some of us are going to like something, some of us aren't. Everything is subjective. I never say don't watch this. Mm-hmm. But I will say this tonight, Chris. Chris, when they're flipping a coin to book matches, bro, that is a rib directly on the fans. That is a rib directly on whoever is watching this show. Bro, they are getting behind closed doors and literally saying, heck, we'll flip a coin to see what we book. They'll watch anything. Yeah. Bro, that's what they're doing. They are insulting your intelligence, bro, to the lowest level. And they're literally laughing at you. They're trying to embarrass. Chris, flipping a coin to book a match, and that's how you're going to open a show. You're going to flip a coin to book the main event, bro?
Terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. You're right. The first word that I thought was insulting, and you said it, so I agree with you 100%. Before we get started into the actual show, how insulting, lots of people in here live, so I everybody that's in here live right now, if you haven't subbed, hit that sub button. It's just a click away. Hit that subscribe button. If you have, thank you so much. Thank you for the weekly listeners. It's because of people like you, ladies and gentlemen, that we, Vince and I, have fun every single week here on the Legion of Raw, having a great time. So hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and the more you do that, the more the viewers and the more the algorithms go up. So you do that, guys. One thing I've noticed over the past few months is that we're getting an influx of subscribers on YouTube. We got some really good content there every single week with just various different people. And me and my boy Vince Russo, we have 2 shows for your viewing pleasures. So be sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, especially that subscribe button. If you don't, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming for you, brother. Yeah. Yeah. What you gonna do, brother? You know what? Listen, man. So after COVID, you know, I got real skeptical about bringing the focus group in because I think we agreed that one of the people, the one that was just kind of lagging at the end, was just kind of slacking, was just kind of straggling along. He was the one who got me, who gave me COVID. All right. And so for the past month, I've been really just hesitant on the focus group. I say, you know what? It's post Raw. There's some hype going on with Raw. Maybe we should suspend the focus group for a little bit. But Vince, tonight I'm bringing back the focus group, man. Everybody's had their temperature checked, and so everybody's good to go.
Chris, this is the start of the show. I don't want to damper the show.
Oh.
I don't know how to tell you this. I got the memo.
Okay.
I thought you got the memo. Obviously, you haven't gotten the memo.
I've been busy today, man. What's going on? That's
the focus group?
Yeah.
Where they had to watch Raw for one straight month and send in their comments?
Yes. Yeah.
Chris, there's been a massive suicide.
Oh, no.
Chris, they've all killed themselves.
Oh.
Chris, they're all dead. Yes, Chris, they're dead. The focus group has killed themselves after watching 1 month of Raw.
No.
Now we've got to go out and we've got to recruit, but we've got to have a death clause in the contract. Like the bro, you know the WWE has a death clause.
I do know that.
We need a death clause in our focus group. If they kill themselves from watching show for 4 weeks, you and I cannot be held responsible, bro.
Oh, man.
They're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
We've got to cover our behinds, man.
They're gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
No wonder why they've been gone. No wonder why wow.
You and I came on here last week and we came up with several names. Beat the clock, eat the clock.
Oh, that was good.
Raw is a package. What else did we have last week? What else, bro? What else, Chris?
We had oh man. I know the listeners remember. All the listeners. What we had 4. I remember it was 4.
Can I give you some statistics this week?
Yes, please do.
People like, guys, if you're saying we're being negative, we're exaggerating, then I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to give you facts.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we've got at the beginning of this show, we got Pierce, Cecil B. DeMille. We've got MVP. We're flipping a coin to see what the main event is. Here comes Lashley. Here comes Braun. Here comes Drew. Then we go to an AJ Almas promo.
Yeah.
And we're going into a tag team match with AJ and Almas against New Day. Bro, it is 19 minutes into the show before the match starts. Bro, they managed to eat 19 minutes of packaging, a promo where Almas and AJ said absolutely nothing, a backstage segment. Then, Chris, so 19 minutes in, they have the match. Bro, we're at the 31:30 mark of this show, and the match just ended. 31 minutes. Bro, that is what, what's it, 3 hours? So is that a sixth of the show?
Yeah.
30 minutes, 31 minutes, bro, and the first match is over, and nothing Chris, you don't open up any television show with nothing happening in the first 30 minutes, Chris. Chris, you and I can sit here and rattle off every television show since the beginning of time. Yeah. Something has to happen in the first 30 minutes, Chris.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, that's with any episodic television show, 100%. So listen, man, it's so sad to hear that the focus group, let themselves go. But anybody who's out there, oh man, that's so sad. For anybody out there, we're looking for a fresh 12 in the focus group. Let us know.
And come on, Chris, come on. We will not be held accountable.
No. Oh, no.
Yes.
No,
okay. I just get that out there, Chris. Yes, I don't want anybody's blood being on my hands, bro.
We will be legally protected.
Thank you.
100%. 100%.
Thank you.
So like you said, I mean, no really need to rehash much of what you said.
Now, Chris, can I you? We do our separate creative show.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Bro, I know from a very, very reliable source, bro, there were about 8 talents that the WWE could not use for reasons that were not specified. Mm-hmm. Now, there's been rumor and hearsay. This is not fact. I tell you when something's a fact, I tell you when it's rumor. But one of the rumors were that these 8 people were not allowed to perform because they didn't want to get vaccinated. Okay, that
Really?
was one of the rumors. Yes. Now we know AJ and Almos have not been on for how many weeks.
Mhm.
And bro, this is just rumors and speculation.
Mhm.
But my point is, if that were the case, how about that being AJ's promo? How about that being AJ's promo rather than, oh, bro, we were on vacation?
Yeah, for 3 weeks.
Come on, Chris.
And like you have to really think, like if you think about this, Vince, they won the tag team championships. And so Vince is like, hey, congratulations for winning the tag team championships WrestleMania. You get to go on a 3-week vacation.
Right.
Like if we really think about that, how does that even make sense to really cause us to it's not even believable, Vince. Yeah, we went on a 3-week vacation together as the Raw Tag Team Champions. That's unbelievable.
I know for a fact AJ is married and has 3 boys.
Yes.
Why is he going on a 3-week vacation with Alma? That's a very good point, Dr. Chris. I didn't even think about that. That's a little
it's a little sketchy there. Yeah.
Oh man.
There is no way in the world that I would choose anybody in the world to go on a 3-week vacation with outside of my wife. And so
not even Almos.
No, not even almost.
Not even
absolutely not. No way.
How about Team Pretty?
No.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead, throw that out there.
I may consider the focus group, the new focus group. That's it.
Bro, the focus group is going to need a 3-week.
Yes.
So here's what we got to do with the focus group. Okay, guys, listen. We know we're going to have a hard time recruiting because the former 12 have killed themselves.
Yes.
So we understand, bro. It's not okay. So, Chris, here's what we're going to do. They watch 1 week of Raw, and then we send them on vacation for 3 weeks.
Yes.
Then they come back and watch another week, and we paid vacation for 3 weeks. Will you agree to that?
I agree. Okay.
All right. Yeah. We just sweetened the pot, Chris. We just sweetened the pot.
Very much so. Very much so. It is an offer that you cannot refuse, ladies and gentlemen, even watching Raw. So we get to, oh my gosh. I put this quote down verbatim, and I said, you know what? Someone's saying a 3-week therapy session. So they want me to do therapy for 3 weeks with them too. So one of the perks is commenting 3-week therapy session. I don't know. That might be a part of the package. I might consider, especially watching Raw. I agree. So, okay. First of all, AJ and Almost, they do a rematch against the New Day. So we get back to the 50-50 stuff. And I'm thinking, I was looking at this match, and it was just a regular win, or they do a rematch to do a regular win. I'm thinking in my head, okay, so would we rather watch the New Day against Elias and Riker at the pay-per-view, or somehow we build up the New Day? If they're going to lose, make them lose big, make them lose worth it, not just some random Raw when they come back. If you're going to have the New Day lose, build them up to lose against Omos and AJ Styles, and that makes Omos and AJ Styles look more credible. It's just really simple.
Chris, there was a time, and I go back a little before you, but you experienced this time too, Chris, but I'm a little older than you. Chris, there was actually a time where the babyface tag team lost the belts to the heel tag team. Mm-hmm. Bro, there was a time where the way it was rebuilt, you actually believed the baby faces were going to get the belt back.
Wow.
You actually believe that, bro. The way they told stories and the way they built that rematch, you believed. And then, bro, what would happen? The baby faces would lose like on a count out or a disqualification or something, and then they didn't get another rematch. But you believe they were going to get the titles back. Bro, this is like, come on, bro. These guys won the titles. They were away for 3 weeks on vacation, and now they're going to come back and lose them on this show?
Exactly. I'm like, really? I mean, are we really, like, have we really thrown logic completely out the window at this point? Like, that's why when I was looking at this match, I said, okay, so we really think that you're building up Omos, his first match at WrestleMania. You really think AJ's talking about Grand Slam champion. They're back after 3 weeks of vacationing again with each other. And somehow we're going to use that to say, guess what? They're going to lose the championship on their first defense on a random Raw. I don't get how you can't just extend something and make things work. Cause us to sink our teeth in an angle. Don't just do some random Raw rematch. It doesn't make sense to me.
Bro, are either of these teams booked at Backlash?
Not yet. Nothing's been announced.
When is Backlash?
It's a week from Sunday.
So they've got one more show, and the champions aren't even. So they're gonna get the New Day's gonna get their rematch at Backlash. That's what's gonna happen. Bro. Let me tell you what's gonna happen. One of them is gonna go over AJ in a singles match next week.
I can see that happening.
And then they're gonna have that. That's gonna get them their rematch at Backlash. That's exactly what's gonna happen, bro.
Wow. Yeah. I can see that happening, Vince. I say either that or somehow Elias and Riker gets into it, and RK Bro gets into it, and we probably have like a 4-way or something.
That's possible too.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's not saying much more, but Verk, and on Verk, he says, where does Omos rank among the great champions we have seen? I quote that. He said that during the match. I said, what? Like, is this really shows? I wonder if he got reamed for that backstage, because that really shows how much he has no clue about the product.
Bro, I'm telling you,
30 years.
Bro, he's going to be gone. Rhea Ripley's going to be. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Where's Keith Lee? I mean, yeah. I'm telling you, bro. Like,
sheesh.
Bro, there is something. I think a lot of it has to do with inner conflict. I swear, bro. I think a lot of it has to do with, you may think I'm crazy. I think a lot of it has to do with, Vince and the love of his daughter and trying to show up her husband. I think the roots are really deep because, Chris, the transition from NXT to the WWE is a failure. Yeah. Nobody goes through the NXT system, then crosses over that bridge and are successful in WWE. That system is failed. Yep. And I think it is failed for personal reasons, whether it's jealousy, whether it's, Vince trying to, show Triple H, I don't know what it is. Mm-hmm. That system should not be flawed, because if guys and gals graduate high school or college and then they go to the real world in the WWE, they should not be falling flat on their face. 100%. Something is really, really flawed. And bro, if it wasn't intentional for whatever reason, it would have been fixed by now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's been talks for years that there's been some creative differences between Vince McMahon and Triple H. And I think you see that with the transition between NXT to the main roster.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I see it. I see, and it's like a lot of, I'd say at least 80% of the transitions up to the main roster has been unsuccessful. I mean, you got Tyler Breeze, who actually went back. Fandango went back. Nakamura, overall has not been strong. I mean, yes, he won the Royal Rumble, but after he lost that title match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania, it's been kind of downward since then. I mean, he had the tag team titles with Cesaro, but that just looked like a placeholder. And so there's a lot. Apollo Crews just now getting legs to his career. So overall, there's a lot of people who have
Finn Balor is a big one.
Oh yeah, and he actually had to go back. He actually went back. Yeah, Finn Balor's another one. And so yeah, I mean, outside of your Roman Reigns, and I would say Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins was a very known ROH guy before he came to NXT. When I'm thinking of call-ups, I'm thinking of call-ups of people who didn't have a very strong resume before they came.
Like excluding like a Kevin Owens and a Sami.
Right, exactly. Like I would absolutely exclude Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. Both of them were very popular in ROH and CZW and so forth. Sami Zayn is El Generico, and so yeah, I mean, like Roman Reigns is a WWE bred guy. You know what I mean? And so he was successful, but I mean, there's not a lot of people. I mean, even Nakamura was one of the most popular stars in New Japan, but I mean, going to the main roster, it worked for a while, and then his heel turn just it was bad. It was a bad decision, and he kind of went downhill from that. So
yeah,
there's a lot of people, man. There's a lot of people who came up from NXT that didn't really work. I mean, speaking of that, Dana Brooke came up from NXT and didn't work, and she's got new music, and she's got.
Hold on, before we get to that, bro, I just want to point one other thing out.
Yeah,
bro, this is, guys, I am not kidding you when I'm telling you the rib is on you. We have the coin flip, bro, to book the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, how is the how is the next match getting booked? Riker and Elias are accidentally throwing tomatoes at Randy Orton. Bro, this is a rib. This is a rib, bro. That's how they make the match. By accident, they throw a tomato. This is a rib, bro. This is a rib on everybody watching the show. They are telling you they will watch whatever we put on there. Yeah. That's what they're telling you, bro.
It's very clear, actually. And again, I say when I see this with Orton, I mean, taking that stuff, I'm like, man, are you tomatoes? Like we're doing some tomatoes to set up a match? Is that where we've fallen? Is that how far we've fallen? And that's absolutely ridiculous.
Dana Brooke, you were at. Go ahead.
Dana Brooke, catch me on the Eva vignettes. I didn't write that down as far as when it was, so catch me during the time that happened.
Nah, bro, all it is bro, somebody came up. I don't know. Like, here, listen. We've been burying the tomatoes. We're gonna flip the kern. We've burying all this.
Yeah,
but somebody had the genius to come up with evolution.
Evolution. Yes.
Evolution. Yeah,
very creative.
That was the vignette. Evolution. Yeah. Whatever it means. I guess evolution can mean different things to different people. It's evolution.
I saw the promo and I was like, you know what? At least we're getting something before you step in the ring. I'm a real stickler about that.
I'm with you.
Know what I mean? Yeah. I'm like, at least, I got the 70-30 rule. Give me something to sink my teeth in. Give me something to be interested in. The vignette, I said, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll see how this goes. The evolution is a bit too cheesy, but I'm thinking in my head too. I'm like, with the promo, it seems like she's kind of a baby face. Like she's kind of like, yeah, I want everybody to kind of rally up and just kind of say, just kind of support and achieve your dreams and do like that. But it doesn't seem like, I imagine she's going to be a heel when she comes in. But I was thinking about that. I was like, you know what? I would be interested. I would be more interested because she's been a heel for so long during her time in WWE. I would be interested to see Eva as a heel. I mean, as a baby face, because right now they don't have the baby face, the strong baby face, and you have Charlotte and Rhea that you're not going to,
but Chris,
over.
Here's the problem with that, and you and I both know this, bro. The only ones watching these shows are the wrestling marks.
Yeah,
that's the audience. They're the only ones watching this show. The wrestling marks hate Eva Marie because she can't work.
Yeah.
So they're never going to cheer her, bro. That's
true.
They're never going to get behind her. And the WWE caters to those fans. So, like, well, I don't know what they're trying. Hey, listen, Chris, I have always said, if I was booking and this was the Attitude Era, bro, Eva Marie's a star. Mm-hmm. I've come on here many times and I've talked to you about the it factor. This girl has the it factor. Yeah. I could have done many, many things with this girl, but they cannot make her a baby face because their audience will crap on it because she can't work, bro. So
especially, I really hope that she's better in the ring because she was she was really bad. And I think, to your point, I saw the vignette and I said I'd be interested if she was a babyface because the heel thing, it just didn't work throughout the time she was there. But I was like, you know what? Even more, I think that people would continue to boo her even more because it's like, wait a minute. You released the Iconics and Mickie James for this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think even worse, you know what I mean? She'd get heat for that. Yeah. She'd get heat for that. So yeah, Charlotte Flair beats Dana Brooke, of course. Dana Brooke's got potential too, man. But every time I see Dana Brooke come in, I'm like, who is she? Like, what's her gimmick? Why am I interested in Dana Brooke? Oh, is that what the guns? Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand it. Why? What about Dana Brooke? Like, personally, I'm like, okay, I like her because she's an Ohioan. She's a fellow Ohioan. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, because she's born in Ohio and I was born in Ohio, I'm, still live in Ohio. I'll support her because she's an Ohioan.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Though. But see, for somebody not in Ohio, I didn't even know that. So that's not over with me. I don't. Yeah,
of course, they're right. That's why I was like, for me, I'm trying to find something. You know what I mean? But I'm like, there's nothing about Eva Marie other than something I just made up because I feel like I have to try to have some type of interest. But just overall, there's nothing about Dana Brooke that WWE is presenting to me that's making me want to be interested in her. And it makes it really difficult to see her and Mandy every week because I'm just like, nothing. There's no interest for me. Yep. And both of them have a bunch of potential, especially Mandy Rose. She looks like a star. I mean, especially, she was wearing the black and, she's got the extensions again. And she looks like, again, if we're doing the focus group, if they're just looking at the product, if they're just looking at the program, and I'm like, hey, based on looking, you don't know much about anything, any person here. Pick out the ones that look like stars, and then we can roll with them. We can develop them even more. I'd imagine that most of the focus group, and for those who are trying to be in the focus group, applying out in the chat, you let me know, as a kind of an on the job interview type of deal. Would you pluck out
you would.
Mandy Rose?
You would.
by looking at the product, not knowing much about it, would you pluck out Mandy Rose? And I'd imagine that most of the focus group would say, "Oh, absolutely, yes."
Yeah, I would. I definitely would. Yep.
I would too.
And this turned into, I mean, bro, this three-way promo was atrocious.
Oh man,
atrocious, bro. Like atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, these, Chris, I look at this show and see, Chris, here's the problem. Bro, do you know there are only 750 men that are that play Major League Baseball? Bro, 750 men are in the major leagues. 750 men. So, bro, when I watch a lot of baseball, bro, I'm watching pros. Every one of those 750 guys, they're pros, bro. I am very, very impressed by pros because you're the best in the world.
Yep.
Bro, that's what this show is supposed to be. And then I'm watching this three-way promo turn into a brawl. And I'm like, bro, this is amateur hour.
Yeah.
They look like freaking amateurs out there. They don't look like pros, bro. I'm sorry. I'm watching this verbal exchange and it's horrible.
Yeah,
horrible,
it looks very artificial. It looks contrived. It looks like you're reading from a teleprompter.
Yes, amateurs.
Yeah.
They look like amateurs, bro. Like if you go to a community play.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like, man.
Yeah, which is very sad because it's like you can tell that something feels amateurish. It's like it would be the same as like, someone from Breaking Bad, that they're shooting someone. It's like, oh my goodness, Vince, I cannot believe that you will do that to me. If you do that again, I'm going to knock you down and drag you out. You know what I mean? Like it just kind of feels like that. And like when it's like Rhea Ripley's continuing to cut her hair more and more and more. I can't do it. And it's like when she came out, and again, I say this is coming from someone who was a huge Rhea Ripley fan in NXT. But now it's just week after week, she's just losing me. I mean, she's losing me. The haircut and the the jitter. She just feels like she's got jitter. She doesn't feel confident. The promos don't help her either. When she started coming out, it was just like, they don't like you, and I'm just like, I mean, is this what we work? Is this what we're working with here? Is this supposed to compel me to say, oh man, I really gotta be a part. I really gotta be interested. That even more made me interested in this feud when Rhea Ripley comes out and cuts that promo. Oh yeah, I'm sold. And then when Asuka, I love Asuka. She's still one of my favorites, in all of women's wrestling. But don't give her a mic or have her say you're not ready for Asuka or something like that. When they're giving her a mic and having her do all that talking, it's like the shorter or the less is more when it comes to Asuka. You're killing the gimmick when you're giving her that mic and having her talk that much. You want to protect the brand, as we talk about all the time. And for those gimmicks who have that mystique to it, keep the mystique. With Asuka, it worked for her. She was undefeated for 2 years. Even Goldberg gave her a tweet when she was, undefeated and had a streak. It was like 500 and some days. And it's like, you had something rolling. You had something working. Keep the mystique, but you just have Charlotte beat her on WrestleMania. Nothing to it. And you just give her the mic all the time. It doesn't seem like they're willing to invest in her character that much anymore.
I just thought this was awful, man. Yeah. And bro, again, eat the clock to make a three-way at Backlash.
Right.
Like, okay, we know you're making the three-way.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do we have to do it in 12 minutes?
Exactly. Yeah, and it made me remember the other gimmick was B-roll raw. That was the other gimmick.
B-roll raw. Oh God, bro.
Yeah,
B-roll raw,
got
man.
a lot of B-roll today, man. Got Damian Priest defeating John Morrison. That's a B-roll right there.
Have we not seen this like 8,000 times?
B-roll raw, man. B-roll raw. That's it right there. It's just the same. You're just giving us different versions of the same thing, man. And what is this leading to? I mean, like, is Damian Priest going to have a new tag team partner? Is he going to do a handicap match? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? And so it's absolutely ridiculous to see stuff like this because it's just a rehash. And like, we're already not interested, but you're not giving us compelling television by giving us the same variations of this, the different variations of the same exact thing, man.
Cut and paste, bro. Copy and paste.
That's right.
Cut and paste.
That's what B-roll roll is all about, man.
Yep.
We see a backstage segment of Adam Pearce and Monsoor and Sheamus. Monsoor is signed with Raw.
Was this the guy that used to be in the outfit with the big buffalo head? Was that this guy?
No, he was featured a couple times. Every time they would go to Saudi, like they would have some.
Wasn't Mantar?
No, it wasn't Mantar. No. It's his son.
Okay. Yeah. And I don't know any of what you just said, Saudi or any of that stuff. So I'm going to ask you one simple question. I'm casual fan Vince.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I watching this guy?
And I'll tell you.
Give me one reason why I'm watching this jabron.
I'll tell you from hardcore fan, Dr. Chris here. And I will say, knowing where Monsoor comes from, me as even a weekly fan, nothing. Because they want to appeal to maybe the Saudi audience, because every single time they would they would have like a couple events a year for Saudi, because Vince he did the deal with Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So they would do the Super Showdown, Greatest Royal Rumble, or whatever. And so he would be featured in some big spot every time they would do that. I think one time he beat Cesaro. Another time I think he won like the Royal Rumble or something like that. So they may be looking to getting ready to go back to Saudi. Maybe that's why they brought this. It seems like it, because I think it was like Crown Jewel. He beat him a couple of years ago. He beat Cesaro. I think he won a Royal Rumble too, if I'm not mistaken, in another one of those Saudi events. So yeah, it was. He beats Dolph Ziggler one year at the Super Showdown. And so, yeah, that may be the case, but at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, why do I care that you're making why are you making it a big deal? That again, there's no vignette, there's no promo, there's nothing Chris, about him that
I don't mean to be so cold and callous, but bro, this guy looks like a nobody. Like, I mean, bro, listen, I remember, bro, way back in the day when, like a Japanese wrestler would come over. Bro, it would be Muda. Yeah. And he would have these great, fantastic outfits. And then he did it's like, okay, this guy is somebody.
Absolutely.
Or what was the other one? The Tiger, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, you knew this. There's no presentation.
Yeah.
Me that this guy, bro, even when Tiger Ali sing, at least he had the presentation. And this guy, why am I watching this guy?
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah. When Chono came, Masahiro Chono came, it was just they all of them look legit.
Right,
they look like,
bro.
Especially with you. Oh man, you threw out two gems right there with Liger and Muda.
Right.
And it's like, man, that's a really good comparison, because even if I didn't know anything about Muda. I remember in the late 80s when Muda came to the States. I knew, and he was wrestling in the States beforehand, but when he started getting popular in the States with NWA, I knew nothing about Muta. I mean, I knew nothing about Japanese wrestling at the time. You know, I knew nothing. I mean, there would be some times where there would be some exchanges, but I didn't know much about Japanese wrestling at the time. But when Muta came, when he was managed by Gary Hart, he was a good mouthpiece for him. He let him, again, the vignettes. You're making me buy into your character before you step in the ring. As I say over and over and over, Gary Hart was really pumping him up, really. And then he's like, and then he wears the mask, takes the mask off, and he has face paint on. And he does this little thing with the mist. And
do that again, Chris. Do that again. I like that. Do that again, bro. Here's what we're talking about. You could have never seen the guy, and the first impression is, okay, this is somebody.
Right.
My first impression here is, why is this guy on my TV?
Yeah.
That's my impression. Why in a million years would I ever watch this guy?
I literally thought when they were doing that signing that he was going to be Pierce's assistant. Like I legit thought that. I thought that the angle was him and Sonya Deville was going to like jockey or try to like compete over being the assistant for Adam Pearce. Like when I looked at him, I said, "Oh, okay, that's Monsoor." But I guess that they're bringing him in to be an assistant. That's how he looked to me.
Bro, here's another thing, too. Not for anything, because I do like her, and I even think she did my show once, I believe. Bro, what's Sonya? What is she wearing? Well, like, what I don't. What is that? I don't. What are we doing here? What are we doing, bro? Remember the hit song Justin Timberlake had? What was the hit song? What was Justin Timberlake bringing back?
Sexy.
Can we not bring sexy back with attractive girls? Can we please? I'm begging somebody to please bring sexy back.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
I don't know what she was wearing. I remember once when Sting was doing Crazy Sting, he wore a red suit like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is she crazy? I don't know. I like her, but I don't know I don't get the get up. I don't understand.
Somebody's talking about her eyebrows. Yeah, I noticed that
too.
The eyebrows. Lots of makeup there in the eyebrow department. Yeah. And just tell you, she's a natural beauty.
Bro, you want to know something funny about eyebrows? I swear to God, bro, my wife is always getting on me because I never trim the eyebrows and they're bushy and they go, because I don't care, bro. Okay. So she's always getting on me, right? So now she's got me self-conscious. So I'm in the mirror the other day and I'm looking at my eyebrows. I'm like, oh, bro, I better shave the eye before the wife yells at me, right? So, bro, I get the electric gimmick and I go to do it. Bro, I don't know what happened. I went like I took half the eyebrow. So now I'm like, oh, okay, now what? Half of the eyebrow. So now, bro, what do? I get the wife's mascara. Now I'm painting in the eyebrow. Bro, as I'm painting in the eyebrow, I caught myself and I'm like, what am I doing, bro? What is going on here? So I just washed the mascara off and I had a big gouge in my eyebrow for about a week. But I did notice the eyebrows were very.
Yes. Very, very, they were very intentional. They were very thick and painted in. Yes. And I'm like, man, there's just too much of that going on. There's a lot of natural beauties, you know what I mean?
I hear you, bro.
It's like, why do you have to do all that? You know what I mean?
Rhea Ripley does like the red box. Like, what? Who does that, bro?
Yeah.
Tina Turner did that in Thunderdome.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, people don't walk around like that, bro.
And like her IG pictures is just her makeup list. She looks way better without all the gimmick than what she does with all the makeup and stuff like that. Yeah. Then we have Lucha. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's zoom through this mess. Lucha House Party defeating Alexander Benjamin. I looked at oh my gosh.
Well, bro, listen, our question was answered. Who is the Hurt Business going to work with? So obviously they didn't have a clue. So, they'll work with each other. Oh,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
It's terrible. And I'm like, I'm really pulling for Cedric Alexander. I'm really pulling for him, man. I like his story. Family guy. I mean, I'm friends with George South, and George South trained him in North Carolina. So, I follow him in ROH, and he's gaining a lot. He's went through a lot to get where he is. But I'm thinking in my head, please, Cedric, please, brother to brother, if you're looking at this, Cedric Alexander, please contact Jake Roberts, contact somebody. My man, please work on those promos. Please work on those promos. I can't, it cringes me to hear Cedric Alexander Mike, because when he gets like really intense, his pitch goes like feverish. Like I can't do it. And there's nothing about that to me that oozes intimidation. Like when he does that, when he did it to Shelton tonight, I'm like, dude, stop. Like there's nothing, like you sound like some type of just screaming spouse, during an argument that is just going off the handle. Like there's not like I'm not drawn in by your promo. Like I'm retracted from your promo. I don't want to hear you at this point. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like counterproductive to what you're trying to do. It's just not successful. And then he starts spit like the foamed cover was just full of spit. And I was like, Cedric, please just stop it, man. Like they should really keep, like, if I'm trying, especially if he's the heel of the two, it looks like, and I'm thinking in my head, if they're really trying to get me into being somewhat intimidated by him, he's got to stay off of that mic, man.
I don't think they're trying to do that though, bro.
But he's supposed to be the heel of the bunch, though. Yeah. Like, he's supposed to be the heel of the two.
There's no focus on anybody. That's the problem. There's no focus on anybody. These guys need like personal producers.
Yeah.
The same guys producing these guys every single time.
Yeah.
That's how much work 90% of them need, bro. They're not getting that, bro. Again, it's a system failure, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, and somehow Lucha House Party gets a win just to split up Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. I'm like, I mean, who's writing this stuff? Like, who's approving? I don't know what is going on here. It's just
I'll tell you who's writing and approving this. The same guy that's booking Gulak against Garza.
Oh my gosh,
that guy! Yeah, that guy's approving this. Bro.
Yeah, that's next. That's the one. He has to be. He has to be an intern, Vince. That's what it is. He's an intern.
Bro, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something, Chris? I'm not kidding you around, bro. I think an intern could do a better job.
I agree.
I really do. I swear to God, I think a college intern could do a better job.
You know why? Because the college intern wants the job, so they'll make it much more serious. They'll be much more serious about the job, and their creativity hinges upon if they get the job or not.
And they will be in tune to what's going on today.
Correct.
I'm telling you, bro. I got an intern on the brand, bro, and the kid's sharp as a tack. And when you say that, I think of him, and I'm like, this kid could write a better Raw. I know he could.
So if it's not the intern, who in the world is it? The only reason I said intern is like maybe the intern is still trying to figure out the product and doesn't really have a clue to the product. But even then, it's like I'd imagine an intern from the WWE, such an anomaly like the WWE, would just come in knowing what he or she is talking about. And I agree, write a better product than the people who are settled with getting their checks every week. That's for sure. I agree. Yeah. Garza Gulak, I mean, who again, I say, who's the heel of the bunch? Gulak seemed like he was teasing him backstage, but Garza seemed like he's supposed to be the heel at the end of the match. Garza has more heel things. Who are we making here? What
No, we're not making anybody here, bro, because you're watching this match. And listen, bro, if you watch any television at all, you're watching this match and you're saying neither one of these guys is a star. No, so you're not making anybody. There's nobody to make. They're not stars. Yep. They're eating time. Yep. That's all they're doing. You know television stars. You know what they look like. Yeah. These are not TV stars, bro. This is filler. That's all it is filler, bro.
Wow. Filler. And like we're trying to see there's a difference, because even from a mid-card standpoint, just because you're a mid-card doesn't mean that you're off the hook to perform or to be to have some shine too.
Of course not.
I mean, it's like, Tito Santana, for instance, he's a mid-carder, right? But he's a Hall of Famer. Like he is one of the greatest baby faces of all time as a mid-carder. You know what I mean? It's like Steamboat, when he was in the WWE, he was a mid-carder.
Bro,
one of the greatest of all time.
You could even go levels below that of guys that are literally Brock Lesnar compared to these guys. I'm talking about guys I work with. D'Lo Brown.
D'Lo, yeah, that's a good one.
Gangrel.
Yeah.
Like, bro, those guys were Savage and Hogan compared to these guys.
Yeah, Al Snow. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Al Snow was, he was a mid-carder, but Al Snow, you wanted to look at Al Snow every week. There was something intriguing about Al Snow. The head gimmick, even when he won the European title, I remember he was being billed from different places, different fantasy places in Europe, Transylvania and stuff like that. I'm interested in stuff like that. You're
Bob Holly, for crying out loud.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. And even Crash, when he was still around, Crash. Steven Richards when he was with Right to Censor, like all of that. Absolutely.
Yep.
So we have the Sheamus gimmick with Monsoor. His first night looks like a Jay Brown. It's like he gets his head kicked off. Yeah, that's a sided show. Yeah, well, now you get bro kick. Welcome to Raw, ladies and gentlemen. There's again to further our point. You look like a Jay Brown, your first match on Raw. How much are we supposed to buy into your character and your trajectory at this point?
Bro, you know what it's like? It's like, again, I hate to use the analogy again, but bro, I watch a lot of baseball. Mm-hmm. Okay, bro. So they bring up a guy from the minors. It's his first game. Okay, bro. The guy strikes out 4 times. As a fan of the team, I'm yelling at my TV, you suck. Yep. And what do they do right after the game, bro? They send them right back down. Right after the game, they send them right. That's what they do. So what happens to this guy next week? Next week, does he beat Ali?
Yeah, he beats Ali.
Is that what we do next week? Like, what happens?
Yeah, he beats Ali. He beats Drew Gulak. And then,
speaking of Ali, bro, what happened to the crowbar and the T-bar? What happened
Mason T-bar?
Is that run over, bro?
Yeah, they barely mentioned them with the Drew promo, and that was it.
Oh my gosh!
Speaking of promos, Alexis Playground.
Oh my god, bro! What talk about a B-roll time filler? Right. There's nothing going on here, bro. Nothing.
Yeah. I've got nothing on that one, man. It's just the same B-roll. Jackson Baszler defeats Lana Naomi, another B-roll. It's just who are you putting over here? Who are you making a star and who are you building up right now in the women's tag team division to compete against? Like they're beating everybody. So who is it to beat at this point? Who's being built up to go against Nia Jackson Baszler? They just keep beating everybody. Everybody's getting 50-50s. Oh, they're beating them this week, but then they'll lose. That earns them a title shot. Oh, they'll lose the title shot. Oh, they'll win a singles match. Oh, they lose in the title. They lose in a title shot again. There's nobody they're building up at this point. Everybody feels 50-50. And then finally, lastly, beat Strowman. That's because of Drew McIntyre interference. McIntyre, Claremores, both of them post-match.
Oh, bro, but how much did they miss at the end? Lashley's spear of Braun was awful.
It was. Yeah, the Claymore was too.
Drew didn't come anywhere close. I'm like, and bro, think about this. We've watched 3 hours of absolute crap.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing we see, bro. Like these 2 spots that couldn't have been any more missed.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, bro. Like,
absolutely.
Oof.
Well, I know one thing that's not missing, and that's the Russo's brand. So let them know about it, my man.
Yeah, guys, please check out russosbrand.com. I got 2 platforms of podcasting and, of course, Patreon. And you want to sign up on Patreon now because the month just started. Bro, it's 75 cents a week. Patreon.com/Russo TWC.
Absolutely. And again, guys, we're still super hot on the live audience. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like, share a comment. That just brings us up even more and more for more people to look at this fun show. Because look, we should be getting 10,000 views a week. I mean, as a matter of fact, we should get like a 3.0 rating.
Yeah,
we should supersede Raw every week.
Absolutely. Yes.
There's literally people in the chat every single week that say they come just to watch this. They watch Raw just to watch the Legion of Raw, and they realize that they enjoy this much more than Raw. So we should be superseding Raw at this point. We can do that if you hit that subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. So he's Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris Featherstone. Another episode, Legion of Raw. So long.